Welcome, ladies and gents. This is S.W. Griffin hosting the Hear Me Out podcast. We're going to be talking about the Halle Berry kiss with Adrian Brody at the Oscars the other night. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about Joy Taylor being absent from the Fox Sports 1 program. The Fox Sports program formerly Speak for Yourself. So let's get busy. Let's talk about it. We're going to discuss some things here. Let's go. Good evening, good day, good afternoon, good morning to you. Hey, let's start from the beginning. So about 20 years ago at the Oscars or the Academy Awards, Halle Berry was on stage and Adrian Brody walked out while she was accepting award. I think she was accepting award for Monsters Ball, which she won Academy Award for. She was the first black female to win an Academy Award. And he walked out on stage and he gave her a big kiss right in the mouth, tongue and all. But things were different then. And here's the reason. Here's the difference between what happened back then, 20 years ago, and what happened a few days ago at the Oscars when she kissed him. 20 years ago, she was not dating anybody specifically at the time. She didn't have a beau. She didn't have a main squeeze then. And neither did he. So it was pretty innocent for him to go out there and do that and walk out on stage and kiss her. Now, let's look at it from this angle also. Since they were both single and she did not object to him kissing her in front of everybody, and everybody else that was at the Oscars that night thought it was pretty cool too, and they all clapped and everything. And so that makes it okay because there's no other people involved in this situation but the two of them, just those two. Now, a few nights ago, when she walked up to him and kissed him in the outer foyer at the Oscars where the cameras were still running and everything, he had his girlfriend with him. He had his girlfriend with him. So he's dating, and Halle Berry is also dating someone. She's living with a guy. His name is Van Hunt. He's a musician. I think he won a Grammy Award for, I can't think of the type of music that is. It's kind of like an eclectic type of music. It's not one of those well-known genres, but he won a Grammy in the genre that he played the music in. And so she's living with him now. Now, they have a relationship. Each one of them both have their separate relationships. It's not like it was 20 years ago when they both were single and none of them had a main squeeze. She's living with her so-called man that she loves so dearly that she says he's perfect for her life. But yet she did not come to the Oscars that night with him. He was at home. She came by herself. Now picture this. You're a man. You have this beautiful woman, Halle Berry, and she's still a beautiful woman, even in her 50s. She's still a beautiful woman. So she was one of the most beautiful women in the world at one time. And she goes to the Oscars by herself. And you have the duty of staying at home, holding down the fort, as she said when they asked her about it. She said, they asked her, where's your man? After she kissed Adrian Brody. And she said, oh, she was stunned by the question. She said, oh, he's at home holding down the fort, taking care of the kids. Really? Really? So let me get this straight. Your man that you are living with is at home watching the kids on one of the most extravagant, spectacular nights in Hollywood. And he's at home watching the kids? You trying to tell me that you two couldn't afford a classy, upscale babysitter to watch your kids or his kids? I don't even know if he has kids or not, but to watch your kids for sure for one night while you guys go out to one of the most spectacular events in Hollywood and millions of people are watching all around the world and you couldn't hire a babysitter to do that? Give me a break. That's just so stupid. And it says a whole lot about their relationship. Why would you leave the man that you claim that is so perfect for your life and you leave him at home taking care of the kids when you could have hired a babysitter and y'all would have had a beautiful night out, enjoyed the Academy Awards, went out on the town afterwards while the babysitter's with the kids. The babysitter, he or she can sleep over while you guys paint the town. Paint the town. Can't you paint the town? Come on now. You can close down the town, man. Come on. It's you and your woman. It's you and your man. So why couldn't you do that? Why couldn't you hire a babysitter? Just for one night. Just for one of the most spectacular, extravagant nights in Hollywood. Oscar night. The Academy Awards, where Charlton Heston and Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant and all the greats of the past were there on Oscar night. As long as they were alive, they came, most of them. Wow. It says to me that you didn't want him there because he wasn't flamboyant enough. He didn't have enough status and enough clout for you to be seen with him. And the one time that you were out on the town with him and you were all dressed up, I seen the photos, you didn't think he fit the bill. He wasn't extravagant and handsome enough. He wasn't the caliber of man that you thought you could show off to the public and be proud of. You weren't proud of him. So you left his butt at home. You left him at home. Take care of the kids. Because I don't want to be seen with you. I don't want to be seen with you. Because you are embarrassing, man. See, here's what I believe. He's just an itch scratcher. He's an itch scratcher and a placeholder. He's an itch scratcher and a placeholder. You know what I mean by itch scratcher? When she get horny at night, he's the guy that'll roll over and scratch that itch. He's the placeholder until she can hook herself up with another flamboyant, extravagant, Hollywood elite type guy. So that's all he's for. That's all he's for right now. If it's any different, then somebody needs to prove to me that that's what it is other than that, because that's how I see it. And for her to walk up to a man on Academy Award night and give him a big fat kiss when you know you got a man at home watching your kids, and he's watching at home and he sees that's emasculating. She emasculated him. If Mr. Van Hunt is his name, if you feel that that's okay for her to do that, then you are a simp. You are a capital S, capital I, capital M, capital P, a simp. And if you take that and not say anything to her about it, you are in simp territory. You are in simp territory. So here, I'm going to play the first kiss 20 years ago. Let's play that one first. As I said, she didn't object to the kiss. There was nothing too terrible about it. It wasn't forced on her, and she seemed to enjoy it. But again, To make this point, to stress this point, they both were single. They both were not having a dating relationship with anybody specifically at the time. They may have been dating on and off, but they didn't have a main squeeze like they did a couple of nights ago at the Oscars. This woman is living with a man that she claims to be the perfect person for her life. He's there with his girlfriend. And why would you want to try to get a payback for a moment that happened 20 years ago, which you both enjoyed? What's the payback? If you both enjoyed it, how are you paying him back? What are you paying him back for? You didn't object to it. If there was some objection to what he did, then I could see there could be some payback. But if you're going to pay him back, you could have paid him back in a different way than kissing him the same way he kissed you 20 years ago, and you got a man at home and his girlfriend is standing right there in front of you. I'll show you the clip in a minute, but she's the girl in the black dress that's standing in front of them when she kisses Adrian, and then she turns around while still hugging Adrian, talking to her. That's his girlfriend. Let's watch this. Now, some women were talking about, well, if it's such a bad thing, then why did she get upset about it? These are people at a classy event, and they're mostly white people. Now, I saw a clip on the internet a few days ago. In fact, it was two black women at an event, and there was all people all around, and I can't think of what the event was about, but one girl got mad at another girl, and she was leaving, and before she left, she ran up and pushed her. Another girl got mad, and they got to fighting, and they had each other's hair in a lock, and next thing you know, the wigs and the weaves came out, and there's just hair, all this fake hair. All this fake hair on the floor, man, and they still locked up, with each other. Got one hand on one head and one hand on another head, and all this fake weave and hairs on the floor. Two sisters. See, white people don't do stuff like that. They don't do stuff like that. They'll take that stuff in private and talk about it. She probably talked to him in private. His girlfriend talked to him in private about it if she was upset about it. But they ain't gonna go out there and start pulling hair like a bunch of sisters. I'm sorry, I'm probably making you sisters mad, but y'all be out of control, Jack. You be weave all over the floor. Y'all be to yank each other's weaves and wigs off and eyelashes off. The bat wing eyelashes. The wing eyelashes so big that when you bat your eyes, you can feel the wind from them. And who told you that stuff looked good? Looks ridiculous. But that's a whole nother video, okay? That's a whole nother subject to get into. But they don't do stuff like that. So, in retrospect of looking at all this, it's so disrespectful what she did. It wasn't even necessary because too much time had went by. And when he did it to her 20 years ago, she loved every minute of it. She didn't object. She did not object one bit. Now, a few nights ago, he did kiss her back, but it's still wrong because the situations are different now. They are different. And again, I'm going to stress the point that her boyfriend, Halle Berry's boyfriend, living boyfriend, Van Hunt, was at home taking care of the kids on one of the most spectacular nights in California and Hollywood, being watched by millions of people all over the world, Oscar night, the Academy Awards. And he's at home taking care of the kids, and you trying to tell me that You two don't have enough money to get a high-class, classy babysitter to babysit your kids for that night while you two go out and paint the town? Close down the town, as the Joker would say in the original Batman. Close down the town. I mean, gosh, man, it's your night out. It's your night out. Get a babysitter. Go have fun. But no, he's at home and she's at the Oscars kissing somebody. How ridiculous is that? Now, you women out there, ain't no way you're gonna get me to believe that you will let your man go out to an event like that without you, and then and watch it on TV, and while he kissing another woman, and you okay with it? Because if you're saying that, that's just bullshit. Bullshit. Shit, I'm gonna play the video in a second. The little kid. Bullshit. 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 It's bullshit. Don't try to play me like
a bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
So here's what it is. He's just a placeholder. That's all he is. He's a placeholder. He's a placeholder to a bigger and better band come along, because she don't think he's all that. If she would have thought he was all that, the most important night in Hollywood, the Academy Award, the Oscar night, he should have been there with her. If she thought he was all that, if she truly believes he was the perfect person for her life. But no, that's not it. He doesn't have the pizzazz. He doesn't have the je ne sais quoi that she's looking for. He doesn't have the He doesn't have, you send me a Sam Cooke moment. Darling, you send me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Whoa, send me, darling, you send me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. She don't send him. He don't send her. He's just a placeholder. He's a vibrator with a body attached to it. He's an itch scratcher. He's the guy that scratches that itch at night when she's horny. That's all it is. That's exactly what it is. Because she don't no more love and respect him than the man on the moon. And she don't love him no more than if the moon is made out of green cheese. It ain't there. It ain't there. No woman would do that if she really thought her man was all that. She would leave him at home with the kids on one of the most extravagant, elegant nights in Hollywood. The Academy Award night, where everybody is glitzed and glammed up to the max, baby. I mean, they glammed up. Woo! Glamorous. I mean, they are glamorous. And she left him at home because he's an itch scratcher. He's a placeholder and an itch scratcher. He's a placeholder and an itch scratcher at the table of life. And soon as a better meal comes along, she gonna replace him. She gonna remove that placeholder because the real meal ticket has showed up. That's what it is. That's what I believe it is, and I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I ain't, what years I've been around. I ain't the oldest guy in the world, and I ain't the youngest guy in the world, but I've been around long enough to know better, okay? I've been around long enough to know better. I know a person when they're just being used to scratch the itch, to be a placeholder until something better comes along. So, ladies and gentlemen, my advice to you, if somebody wants to use you as a placeholder and the itch scratchers, you better take Arnold Schwarzenegger's advice and don't do that.
Don't do that.
And if you see someone starting to use you as a placeholder and an itch scratcher, you better take Arnold Schwarzenegger's advice again. Run! Go! Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Because if you end up marrying that person, you're going to have to divorce them. You're going to have to consider this as divorce.
Sweetheart, we're married.
consider that a divorce.
Now that's what I call a divorce. Brrr, bang, and you're out the door. No attorneys, no alimony. You just walk out. That's my idea of a great divorce, the quickest divorce in history. We can all take a lesson from Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh boy, if only divorces were that quick. So, many of you are already aware of the lawsuit at Fox Sports 1, which was started by a hairstylist by the name of Nushan Faraji. Nushan Faraji was Joy Taylor's hairstylist and Skip Bayless's hairstylist for quite some time at Fox Sports 1. And over the last couple of weeks, Joy Taylor has been absent from the program. And so people are wondering if she's on vacation, or has she been suspended, or has she been fired. That's crazy. But Joy has been absent from the program over the last couple of weeks. Now, Joy was accused by Nushi Faraji in the lawsuit, exposed her for sleeping her way to get positions. She was sleeping with Charlie Dixon. Like I said, he's the head of creator content at Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports 2. And she was sleeping with him, according to Nushan Faraji, and she also had an affair with Emmanuel Acho on Speak, who was the lead guy on Speak before Joy Taylor came into the scene so that she could get on the show. That's a pretty big lawsuit going on, and we're not going to really know the outcome until it hits the courts. When it hits the courts, and I don't have the dates in front of me of when this thing is going to actually go to trial to figure all this stuff out. But it will go to trial at some point in that, and once it's resolved, that's when you're going to know the outcome of it, because we don't know the whole story, and that's when we're going to find out the real truth about a lot of this stuff. And it looks bad for Fox Sports 1, and Joy Taylor is no longer present on the show Speak, which was formerly Speak for Yourself, but they shortened it to Speak for more marketability. And what no one has said, not even Fox Sports 1 has said why she hasn't been on there. People have been trying to find out if she's been fired or is she suspended with pay or whatever. We don't know. We don't know. So it's a mystery. It's a mystery. And so while I was recording this particular video, it just came across the wire that Joy Taylor has been suspended or fired from Fox FS Sports 1. So I hope that this comes across as something that they're going to take seriously about doing something permanently to help this industry out in the chastisement or punishment of Joy Taylor, because she had a idea in her head that she could do this, and if anything broke the news, and she was just going to claim that she was raped. And that's the same type of thing that Johnny Depp went through with Amber Heard. And it's more common than what you realize. This is a common thing with women to do. And we cannot keep allowing ourselves to automatically believe a woman when she says that she's been raped or she's been beat up on by a man in a marriage or in a relationship without any proof. You know, there has to be some receipts. I'm not saying you can't listen to a woman. We should listen to them. We should. We don't have to, but we can listen to them. And if they bring some receipts to prove it, then we can take action. But there's no way that we should be reacting to what someone says without them having receipts. You have to be able to prove it. And that was a dirty thing that what she was planning to do to Charlie Dixon, claimed that he raped her when she was having a consensual relationship with the man to get ahead. To get ahead. Look, like I said before, she is not the first woman that did it. Heck, Vice President Kamala Harris slept with Willie Brown to get into politics. It's nothing new. Women do that. Some women do stuff like that. They just don't have a moral compass. They just don't have a moral compass. And they're not to be trusted. So, with that being said, now we know, breaking news, she has been fired, I think. Suspended for sure, but fired. Most likely. So, that's all I got for you today. God bless. You have a wonderful day and keep the peace.